Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Caves of Cud, where we have a quest to turn in here, some important stuff, and also a lot of other, a lot of things to do out in the world. Let's start by identifying all these implants that we took out of the, a masterwork vibro dagger. Now that's interesting. Now it is a vibro dagger. When charged, this weapon's penetration value is equal to the defender's armor value. That's kind of the same as a Gaslight Chris, right? Isn't that how the Gaslight weaponry works? Or no, I guess not. I guess I thought that was what the Gaslight Chris was doing, and it was just showing us a penetration value based on our strength. I don't know. I guess I thought these were kind of the same thing, but they are clearly not. Well, that's interesting. I'm probably not going to actually use either of them. Let me pull the cells at the very least, and then I'm definitely going to. We don't really have any convenient recharging cells right now, but I do want to swap cells here. We have so many chem cells right now. I think we can probably just make sure there's a fresh chem cell in everything. Install cell, just a chem cell. Okay, there we go. So that should work for all of those. Wow, that spiral borer is 40 pounds, huh? Okay, I mean, I guess something had to be. We had gained a lot of weight very quickly. I suppose that makes sense. All right, now that we're no longer in the cold and we're probably not going back down there for a bit. Well, hold on. The Beetle. Four studded leathers. The four studded leathers one was like pretty shallow, right? As I remember. But yeah, here you can see there's a one asking for 4 wire strands promising a blazing cannon. I'm sure we can make that happen. We can just go to Red Rock or whatever. The Rust Wells. So I think that's going to be a goal fairly early on here. But before any of that other stuff happens, hey, Otho, I have decoded the signal. Here, please have this disc. Please treat me as your friend. Okay, return in a few hours. By then I'll have discussed our next course of action. And can I just talk to you again? No, okay, I cannot just talk to you again. I'm never clear, when they say stuff like that, I'm never clear how serious they're being about a few hours. So, if we're probably not going back into Bethesda Souza again for a little while then, I think we can remove our thermocask, replace it with a nano weave vest that has the same AV but 6 more points of DV on it, and then probably just like same as last time, just pick an object in this room to be my storage shelf, and we're just gonna throw this on there because it's very fucking heavy. The rest of this stuff I probably want to sell. Let's see here. What else? What do I not want to carry around but I don't want to lose? You know, honestly, maybe the spiral borer, I don't believe these sell for that much. Yeah, that price is not all that impressive. And it does come apart into 4s, but I'm not desperate for tinkering bits right now. And who knows, we might actually want the spiral borer at some point. So I'm just going to go ahead and lay those on the table, if you don't mind keeping track of those for a bit, while I go out and do some adventuring. Is that? Huh, I thought I saw just like a puddle of green over here. Well, whatever. Let's preserve our fresh foods. Let's whip up a meal. Okay. Bonus healing for the rest of the day. So we do have some basic cooking ability. We do have Carbide Chef. You can see we are inspired right now. If I wanted to get... So this is our beetle over here. The wire strands one. If I wanted to get 4 studded leathers, I guess like the best thing to do would probably be to go fight like Snapjaws, right? Here, for the moment, like I said, let's head to the Rust Wells. Because I think the loose wire you get there is the kind of wire they're talking about. Hey, if that's that number of chromelings, I bet there's a bear thermite out here. Oh, or just a legendary chromeling, I suppose that's possible. Othafo, acclaimed bear thermite lecturer, disliked by the villagers of Uramur for cooking them a rancid meal, hated by trolls, and disliked by trolls. You ate a troll full? How? You're not even... do you have a stomach? My man, what what is your deal? Okay, interesting. Face conjugate, gyrocopter backpack. Nothing here that I would necessarily want to buy, I don't think. But interesting. We certainly don't need a gyrocopter backpack, right? That said, we can pick up all of the garbage you've been leaving around. Hooray, a burnt capacitor. We don't need to spend a lot of time doing this. Alright, like I said, the Rust Wells. Is wire strand the appropriate name for the stuff you find around the Rust Wells? It is a little bit nighttime, and that's, you know, it's a little less than ideal. And when I just really need to find one, just one piece, so that I can check if the name is right. Because this might not be the right kind of wire item, the way that the, I hate kudzu. Oh. But the way, you know, the power lines, despite the fact that the power lines are wires, they're called power lines, and so they don't count toward the thing. Kudzu is such an annoying threat. Is there any wire around here? We might be out of luck. Okay, here we go. I accidentally shot a bat. Okay, wire strand, yeah. Wire strand is the correct terminology, so all we need to do is find 3 more. And they don't... It didn't say they had to be any particular length. It is kind of funny that you can find wire strands that are 10 feet long, and those would be sufficient, but you can't just like break a 50-foot wire strand into a bunch of 10-foot wire strands and turn those in. I guess I don't like. I could go ahead and just jump down, right? I don't need to be precious about making sure I have a way back up, because the way we're going to leave here is probably via recoiler anyway. Let me just see if there's any more around here. I don't know why I would bother trying to shoot that thing when I was already adjacent to it. Okay, that's a slumberling. You know what? Get beguiled, nerd. Get beguiled while still unconscious. What is painted on your mace? Acting against the prohibition on the color cobalt, Papeter III led an army to the gates of Tatara. He sacked Tatara and persecuted its citizens. How dare they? How dare they have feelings about cobalt or whatever? Sultans are they're very particular people, you know? They have a lot of feelings about things, a lot of unwarranted feelings about things. I think we've seen a lot of Snapjaws wearing studded leather. I'm not actually 100% sure if that's right. Just need one more bit of wire here. Aha. Okay. Let's not bother anymore with this stuff. Let's just head back to Gritgate, climb up, deliver our wire strands. Well, hold on now. So it says I've taken these. I only have one wire strand in my miscellaneous. Yeah, it combined all the length. I wonder, I guess let's go and see if we can pass it back. Maybe it only needed 4 feet. We'll see. We'll see what happens. All right. Up and up and up. How blazing was my cannon? Hi. 4 out of your wire strand 59 feet? Indeed. And did it leave me with 55 feet of wire? It did, so it actually only wanted 4 feet of wire. Well, never mind that thing I was saying earlier. It gave me an engraved pistol. It is not a missile weapon. In our missile weapon thing, it must still be unidentified? Yeah. Masterwork engraved scoped semi-auto pistol. While wandering around Dutara, Papeter V stumbled upon a clan of birds performing a secret ritual. Because of his lustrous eyes, they furiously rebuked him and declared him a villain to their kind. Well, I gotta be honest with you, I don't think this is a very good item, but also, it was unbelievably easy to get. Oh, it did teach us the location of Dutara. In a roundabout way, we learned something of import. So, if we top out here, I guess I should have gone this way. Historic sites. Dutara is out in the desert and probably pretty easy to get a hold of. Yeah, the first 3 historic sites I learned about were the Fora of Sesh, which is just out in the middle of the jungle east of Kakuka. And then the next 2 were the Silos of Kana and the Saloons of Bikesh. And I was like, ooh, I don't know. Those seem like they're probably hard. And then I learned about Canip, and I was like, okay, so they're all just impossible, this game. Fuck that noise. But Dutara is very visitable. Shouldn't take us too long to run through that. You know what? Okay, yeah, I'll stop for a lair. What's going on in this lair? A legendary Snapjaw Brute. Perhaps an opportunity. Please don't shoot me with a shotgun. What is wrong with you? Perhaps an opportunity here to find some studded leather. Pump shotgun, iron dagger, leather cloak. Okay. We're going to be not even bothering to pick up an awful lot of loot around here. Okay, we got to find the stairs. A scaled leather apron. Dragonflies hate me. insects, just not down with my whole situation. This is how we deal with that. I mean, obviously I could just shoot them as well. It's a little bit less fun. Woolly chainmail. Maybe, you know, honestly, maybe I was misinformed. Maybe Snapjaws generally are wearing a higher quality of armor than I was thinking. Okay, we're not a great melee combatant, honestly. The Arcanaut turned against me. The Snapjaw Hunter. No, wait, this is a Snapjaw Hunter wearing a Grave Robber disguise. What? Black robes and Grave Robber disguise. Like it's one item that does both of those things? Huh. Plus 500 reputation with grazing hedonists. That's weird. That's a weird thing to do. Quilted shawl. Okay, yeah, we're not you. Ah, there's somebody. There's somebody of some import. Not having a lot of experience or a lot of luck finding the one piece of armor we came here looking for, though. Alright, so you are a hulking Snapjaw bearbaiter. You are not the person whose lair this is. You are hated by trolls and the villagers of Mimrod. Okay. Basically, extremely safe to kill is the important thing. You have an engraved steel vine reaper. Deep in Tavern Province Haruk, Bepater discovered Shulap. There she befriended Roots and played games of chance throughout the night. Cool. Bloody wrench, bloody axe, bloody everything. Yeah, I mean, there's a fair amount of blood on the ground. I have murdered a hell of a lot of Snapjaws. Yeah, I'm trying to think now, like, if not Snapjaws, then who? Am I just looking for studded leather to show up on merchants, I guess? Okay, here we go. The lair proper. Oh, hold on. Something's down the stairs. And that's our legendary right there, I think. Hated by insects for disproving a famous theorem. Disliked by many villagers. This is not even the guy. This is just a guy, I think. Right, yeah, we're in the lair of Growlusu. Well, that'll make this fun. Is that my corrosive gas? No, the dude is throwing acid gas at us, but I think I'm immune to acid gases, right? Okay, I am merely disliked by insects. Gigantic bronze dagger, cloth overalls. So just kind of, yeah, nothing interesting, really. You got the beaded bracelet. Just rampage through these nerds real fast. Wooden arrows. We took the copper nuggets. I think it's a little harsh to describe the corpses of my foes as trash, but all right, I guess. You know, it's not technically wrong. By the way, so I got a fungal infection, right? And obviously I dealt with it. But this game, this world, the kind of corpse that you have to eat to clear the fungal infection is a nullworm corpse. Certainly less common than mirthworm corpses. And it actually, when it came time to clear the infection, the blessing of token. Huh. I actually was very hard pressed. It took a long time to find a nullworm. I was worried that they maybe didn't exist in our instance of CUD because I hadn't seen one. I didn't remember seeing one anywhere. Free crayons, awesome. Free sprouting orb, less awesome, but that's fine. We'll just open things up a little bit like this. Can I get this to burn through and connect us back over here? It looks like we're gonna need one more little push here. There we go. Turning off my poison gas so as not to accidentally desecrate a statue. I don't know if it would really matter if we did accidentally desecrate a statue, but like, why take the odds? Why take the chance? Alright, hopefully this guy's reputations will be as good as the last couple of legendary snapshots, maybe even better. Oh man, there's another floor. I was kind of hoping to get in and out of this pretty quickly. Okay, a jewel-encrusted bronze dagger is like a big percentage modifier on very low base damage. This is a completely different legendary snapjaw. It's got some jewel-encrusted lacquered furs. Alright, you and I are going to have some words here, friend. And those words are... oh no, please stop stabbing me. Please stop killing me with your very cool longsword. Well, I guess you're going to have some words, is what I mean to say. Okay, anything interesting? God, weird artifacts. Whole bunch of stuff I don't want. Is it worth picking up jewel-encrusted lacquered furs? I guess I'm gonna see. It may turn out not to have been. Guess what, everybody? It's a horrible toxic gas cloud. No one escapes. No one survives. A booster gun. Interesting. I don't think I want to carry that around. I'm not sure what I might do with a booster gun. That's probably also getting sold or dismantled very shortly. Well, you guys are non-stop, huh? Alright, lots of blood spilled in very quick order here, and still no studded leather. These folks have painted up a nullworm skull. Oh, nice. A piece of information about Resheph. We can trade that in. And actually, I should probably grab this, because right now my scroll is giving me negative rep with apes, but my hat, but we don't need that nonsense. Admired by fungi for respecting the sanctity of a burial site. So fungi are going to get a little annoyed with me when I cut this dude in half in a second, but I think it's okay. Okay, yeah, see, it's still pretty neutral. The Cobalt Meteorite Church is now indifferent to me. And I swell with inspiration to name my shield. Yeah, name it something based on their deal. Okay, so Crystal Aegis is ordinarily black, white, green text. But we are naming it based on the great fight with this fire snarler. So can we maybe do something that has some of those colors, but also red is in there? Black, white, red, or... Doesn't look... None of it's really got quite the vibe I would like. I'm calling it Uho. Jesus. Is this our huckleberry? Indeed. Admired by baboons and pariahs. Let me tell you something. I don't need any help getting baboons mad at me. I do wish I had waited until the gas was a little bit more ready. Try to kill the law here. This is my biggest concern, is that the law is going to just blow us all up. Okay, problem solved. I'm not actually winning the battle with this guy, but this will solve it. Right? Yeah, it's okay. We're getting there. You take the gallbeard gland paste of the Bapaterary Savior. Huh. Okay, so that's going to be a quest item for a village that I've not found yet. Let me... while we're here, I guess we can identify our stuff. We found a tattoo gun with some ink in it, a flaming hand axe, an electrified steel vine reaper. Alright, that's probably all the real treasure here, but like, you know, looking around's good. Knowledge is also treasure. Okay, here's something. While traveling through Silo Province Kana, Bapeter III stopped at a market, or the third, stopped at a market in the hamlet of Kamu. At an obscure shop, he purchased a gleaming bracelet and named it Gleaming Bapeter Boon, and then lost it there. While wandering around Dutara, Bapeter... Okay, we know this story already. Do I want... What is greased? You may walk freely over webs. Interesting. At the cost of a very, very small amount of move speed. I don't think I care. Alright, so I think we're about done with this place then. Snapjaws disagree to some degree. I'll admit I am not on the lookout for the leather, the studded leather armor as much as I was before. That's normal leather armor with the slender modifier. It's not quite the same thing. I mean, my guess is even if we did manage to find what we're looking for, we wouldn't get very much value out of turning it in. I mean, I'll take it. Oh, I'm overburdened. Well, I guess that makes sense. It's heavy. I don't... Yeah, wow, it really is heavy. Holy crow. I'm how much over? Oh, just about 20 pounds. Okay, well. Do I have anything that I care about even less than the studded leather armor? Yes, I have a whole bunch of garbage weapons that have been jammed into my inventory that aren't going to sell for anything. Well, not a whole bunch. Just 2 pounds of wire that's never going to do anything for me. Several pump shotguns. Yeah, wow, actually, given how little these are likely to sell for, breaking them down to get 3s is definitely the right move. Yeah, and then this is a turn-in item for a village quest in a village that we've never seen. That's really interesting. Unfortunately, I don't have any idea how I would find it based on this. Okay, well this room is... This room is done for, obviously. I like how with a lot of characters you would walk into that room and be like, that's going to be really annoying. And with this one, it's just like, okay, gas. Oh my god. Actually, you know what? One thing I figured out is if you force bubble, you can almost always just go back up, even if there are still hostiles around. As the game figures you will just walk out of the map with your force bubble. And hey, look at that. We found our way down into Dutara immediately. You know what? Actually, let me rest until morning. Beetles are not ordinarily so hostile, but this one's a member of a cult, obviously. All right. I just want to get vision. There we go. Okay, so it really doesn't seem like there's any reason to look around up here. Thirst Thistle is very annoying. You know what? So are glow moths. After striking a deal with insects, Bapeta V convinced them to help him found an observatory in Market Province Shursanip for the purpose of mapping stars to the shapes of jasper stones. They named it the Glittering Observatory, which is information I had already, apparently. It's a very insect-themed dungeon, that's for sure. Okay, so these ants just create toxic gas, which is obviously not a big problem for us. Okay. Pretty small first floor. One thing that's going to be really nice with the gas cloud is the mirthworms are just, they're going to be so much simpler to deal with. All right, nothing in the basket, which I might have guessed. That's how these things usually go. Oh, it's so many beetles. To say nothing of just the sheer amount of numbers coming off of everything. And you know, we're not the best melee combatants in the world. Our strength is not super high. Oh, it's annoying. Okay. Let's make sure we include our friend the Thirst Thistle in the gas. So yeah, this is an annoying set of enemies. Not dangerous, really. Just annoying. And unfortunately, I think mostly too low level to give me XP anymore. So I guess let's just get down to the bottom and see if we can't find that that special chest. Why are you green? Is it just because you're slimy? No, maybe not. Cold colors, I guess? Yeah, it seems like I'm doing an okay job on damage as if I hit. Oh, right. Well, I'm in defensive stance, though. I can trade out to dueling stance and get myself some bonus hit. Although I can't tell if it's actually doing anything. And also, maybe I'm just going to have to rely on my electro bow for damage no matter what. Yeah, I gotta say, I don't care for the prevalence of thirst thistles in here. It's pretty bad news. Guess what, nerds? You have earned the acid. Okay, I'm getting a little cavalier here. We're starting to take a lot of damage. Alright, can we just rest here? It would seem so. It's a little bit messy. Our natural tendencies make it a little bit messy. Alright, I'm not being very thorough here, but I think I really do just want to find the last treasure chest and get out of here. As we've seen before, with these in previous previous characters, sometimes you just generate a very annoying set of enemies in a historical site. It does, I suppose, give you interesting insight into how that cult survived all this time, as the worship of our sultan is superior to the worship of other sultans. Because, like, if a bunch of these guys showed up somewhere and were, like, wanted to worship, what would you do about it? What would you even have the wherewithal to do about it? Uh-oh. That's a juice sap, and it does not like me. We usually are pretty good about our relationship with winged mammals, but you know, these ones have been brainwashed. This is very annoying. There we go. There's the force attack. Right, got ourselves another statue here. On the night of a full moon, a babe was found swaddled on a sacred stone cairn with its mouth full of meteorite. Seems like a health hazard. Can't be good for the poor baby, is all I'm saying. Okay, we're still in Dutara. A Carvaruk knot. I suppose I'm trying to protect myself against the big rabbit for the moment. As soon as a shot opens up on the glow moth, we take it, because they will just pick at us from range. But yeah, a lot of the other creatures are dying before they even reach us, which is nice. Okay. Guns are books I'm still into. Books are important. You must journey to Omenporch and enter the tomb, but you can see for yourself that we can never misuse this mighty power of the great three-headed mountain goat, on which Uchals is said to have a cost. Promise externalities, trees grow best beside the dead. It's weird that that is how that was written, because, like, you know, it's semi-randomly generated. Right, but the idea is that it's supposed to, because it's only using grammar, like chunks of grammar, it's seen in other places in the world already. It's supposed to have a pretty grammatically correct affect. You generally expect with one of those things that it's gonna, the grammar's not gonna be the problem. It's gonna be constructed like a real sentence, just meaningless. But apparently it doesn't always work that way. Fates favor my feet indeed. The initiatory idea. We are wanting in our own blood. Once you understand that, you can understand the rest of it. Whereby it, I mean life and everything. Alright, just auto-exploring, continuing to look for either the purple chest or the stairs. I would be a complex one, and who with ancestral dread ponders what toll the rocks themselves are radiant and rustle on a blood-red field. A hot cage of one. It might be another staircase instead. We might not be at the bottom. But I can't tell you how ready I am to be done with this particular thing. Wait, what did I see? I'm not sure. Where am I getting? I'm taking Gloma. Oh, there it is. You are... the leader of the cult. So yeah, we're on the last floor then. Disliked by cannibals for telling bawdy jokes. Oh, you have sleep gas. I counter with my own gases. They will also put you to sleep, in a manner of speaking. Okay. Nothing terribly interesting there. And then I stepped into the sleep gas to check the body, and thus immediately lost consciousness. It's a good thing I don't need to, like, breathe. Do you mind? How are you still alive? Okay, so first of all, obviously, more of this. Secondly, what have we here? Grants light manipulation at level 2. If you already have light mutation, its level is increased by 2. And this is a, in my hands, 6 penetration, 1d8 weapon, which I think is actually very similar to... It's a little bit worse. It gives light manipulation, but it is a little bit worse than just a folded carbide longsword. I mean, like, part of the reason you hunt down these artifacts, these historical site things, is because they get those random modifiers and they can come out pretty cool. This one kind of didn't. I am still a big fan of the time-worn chow of the 4 of Sash. We just have to figure out a way to cheat the chowing part. But, you know, also we're accumulating wealth. Cybernetics credit wedges always sell very well. So let's head back to Gritgate now. Time should have passed. And let me, I think, yeah, just go ahead and replace this cell with a full one, because gosh, do we ever have some. Hey, buddy. I am ready to hear them. We will secure the spindle for Barathrum. We know all about this. And I believe it's when we get back that the big attack occurs, right? I don't even know what I'm looking for here, but let's just real quick have a look at your kind of stuff. I mean, we don't even have Tinker 2 yet, although we are able to. I think we could. I still have unspent skill points. That's Hortensa. Spare Fusile, my man. Sorry to bother you, but do you have anything that's like really cool and intense? You do have electromagnetic shielding. You know what? This is both a thing actually worth having and something that'll give us some distance on a Beetle quest. So why don't we grab that? We have enough water to just... I'm not going to do a complicated deal here. Let's just pay for that right out. And that is going to require... I didn't even look, but it's going to require Tinker 2, right? Yeah, which we don't have. And it requires an intelligence of 23, if I'm not mistaken. All right, I'm going to put both of these into int, And then when we level up again... Actually, next level is a point in everything level. So yeah, when we level up again, we'll grab that. This weapon, this mutation's base rank is 7. I'm gonna push it up again. I'm trying to hold. I like holding on to 4 mutation points and having our body sometimes give us a new mutation plus 3 ranks of corrosive gas. Okay, and where is my man Maffeo? Welcome to Gritgate, journey friend. Now, Maffeo... Okay, Maffeo can identify stuff. Alright, we'll have you identify those. Nothing terribly exciting in your inventory. I didn't imagine there would be. So we still have a ton of trade value. I mean, we know what this next bit is, right? This next part is fairly straightforward, where we just go to the spindle, convene the council, and then where am I at rep-wise? I mean, obviously, there's a lot of people who do not care for me. We're at 590 with the winged mammals. We're quite high with the Barathromites, I imagine. Many of the villagers of stuff like me, but I don't remember. Is it like you have to have 4 reputations that are 600 or higher to have a council of people who are willing to help? It's something like that. The mechanimists we can certainly push up by just throwing stuff in the well. The wardens are easy enough. There's a billion wardens we can give. We can give water to. I'm sure I haven't been thorough with that. And there are villages we haven't even found yet. Dogs like me. We sure are not liked by a lot of people. Barathromites are not quite high enough yet, but we can get there. Okay. It's not as trivial as I would like. I'm sure we can make it work. I'll tell you what, though. I am a little pressed for time today, so I think I'm going to call this one here. I think we've been good and productive today. We checked out a historical site, we fed a Beetle, and we got a hold of the thing that's going to let us feed another one. Well, actually, you know what? Hold on. Before we do that, could we? It just said any 3 electromagnetically shielded items, right? Was that correct? Promising heightened skill, but this one was quite low down in Bethesda Souza, wasn't it? Shouldn't this be checked off? Can I? Okay, I can check it off manually. Interesting. Yeah, you know what? I was like, why don't we just go ahead and do it real fast? But then I remembered this one's further down. I'll watch the footage and see how far down it is. I'll get us down there, and, y'all won't have to worry about the time spent traversing more Bethesda Souza. So, that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, Beetle rewards, and then, probably, a visit to Omen Porch. And we'll see you then.